But the final preseason game goes tonight, and we're still hearing like some rumblings that maybe things aren't totally decided for this Oilers team. I think there's been some growing talk, especially from other media members, that maybe internally the Oilers aren't as happy with their blue line as they thought they'd be. And you might be sitting there going, whoa, how happy did they think they'd be? But, Ty Amberson has been mildly disappointing, I'd say, so far in the preseason. He hasn't looked as solid as I wanted him to. I will also add, I'm not worried about that. Emberson's not the piece that worries me. I think he's going to be fine in the regular season. And I was talking earlier today, I would still give him 5 games with Darnell Nurse to start the regular season. Regardless of how tonight goes, they're believed to be on the same pairing this evening for the preseason finale. So I would still give him 5 games with Darnell Nurse. I have less patience for Josh Brown just because last year he wasn't that good. Like, at least Emberson, you can look to a 30-game sample last season. The fact he's young, only 24 years old, and be like, okay, there's like reasonable... There's reason to believe there's upside there. Let's keep Emberson going. With Josh Brown, I'm not there with him, and I want that spot to be Troy Stetcher's. But I do still think tonight might have a little bit of an impact on that. And while we didn't get any news today, and we're not expecting any news Oilers-wise today when it comes to the lineup, I think tomorrow or even Sunday, we're probably going to find out a little bit. And we're going to get someone going on waivers. I think there's 2 outcomes here. Okay. Blue line specific. Josh Brown goes on waivers. Travis Dermott is signed and added to the roster as the 7th defenseman, and Troy Stetcher stays. Or Dermott is signed and sent down, and they're going with Brown and Stetcher as their 6-7 D-men.
Isn't there the other layer too of Jurventi? They can't send him down.
He's going to go on season opening IR, but it's only like $100K.
Gotcha. Okay. So
everyone on waivers cleared yesterday, by the way.
Was there anyone good?
Not overly. I mean, some people were talking about the Oilers maybe claiming Magna, but I don't see enough upside there to play him over Stetcher, so I wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we all knew the blue line was going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Emberson, I'm willing to give the longest runway to. I would honestly just play him in the top 4 until the deadline and just figure it out.
Or in the top 6 at least. Like, I might try him with Kulak a bit.
Move him around a bit. Yep. I don't really have a lot of belief in Stetcher. I don't know. Like, for me, he's just a guy. He's just a 7th, 6th defenseman. I don't really want him in the top 4. I don't love the idea of him being there next to Nurse. Again, like, Emberson, he's not been as good as we thought, but also it's preseason and it is what it is. So I give them a long way to go. Josh Brown, would he even be the best defenseman in Bakersfield?
No, yeah, it wouldn't be. The other thing too is there is the cap upside of swapping Brown for Dermott. There's also the upside of Dermott's looked better. There's also the upside of Dermott can more confidently play the left and right side. Brown would be locked more in as a right side defenseman. So if you're talking about a guy who's a better option for the 7th defenseman, the flexibility and mobility you get with Dermott instantly puts him above Brown in that race. And the fact he's played better is point number 2.
Yeah, he's been a bit better, hasn't he? Well, I mean, everyone's been better than Brown. I think if you can just get him on a 2-way, see if you can find someone else to kind of be on the outside looking in, I guess you could call it too, in like that Dermott role. He's fine, but I'm just not happy with the way this blue line has gone. I don't think it was perfect last season, but it just there isn't as much confidence right now in it. There's just so many question marks.
There's question marks.
We don't know.
Last year, we at least knew who the 6 would be, right?
Yeah.
And night in, night out, even though, again, Vinny had tough stretches, CC had tough stretches, you knew they were going to play. Now there's just, like you said, there's more of a question mark. So
one of the questions in our mailbag this week was, do you think that, and they did preface like hindsight is 2020, do you think the Oilers should have made more of an effort to sign Vinny?
No.
I said no. They weren't even playing him in the playoffs. They obviously thought Josh Brown could fill that role, and they wanted whoever played in that role to make $1 million or less, which is why they went out and got Josh Brown and also traded Cody Ceci. So it's disappointing the way it's kind of all panned out, but I do think Emberson has got upside. They just need to find someone to play third pairing with Kulak for 14 minutes a night.
Yeah.
They'll be fine. who knows? Like we didn't expect Vinny to come up and be what he was. Like, and I know Philip Kemp isn't really in the conversation.
Max Wanner's really not either, but maybe 4 months
they
from
will.
now.
Yeah, who knows? Christmas time, a lot of things can change.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.